Welcome to another Forex forecast with Bluepips Forex. I'm Francis, and in today's forecast, I'm going to be talking about AUD CAD, Euro Pound, EurJpy, UsdJpy, and gold. And as usual, I'm going to be making a full breakdown of these pairs from the monthly time frame down to the daily time frame, highlighting the major levels of structures of which the price found resistance or support. Then I'll be highlighting the next possible direction which I would expect the price to go over the next few weeks, as the case may be. So without further waste of time, let's get down to the video. Alright, so this is the monthly time frame on AUD CAD, and what we can immediately see from the monthly time frame is that the price came off this level of structure right here. We can see that we had support at this point when the price broke to the downside and came back for that area. The area held as resistance, and we had all this push to the downside. After that, we can see the price came back here a couple of months ago, and once again the price found resistance at this point. So the price finding resistance at that point, what we can expect will be a push lower to the next level of support. As we can see, that area was support back here. When the price broke below, it came back and found resistance at this area before this push to the downside. And after a break above, we can expect that when the price is coming back down, this is the next area where the price will find support at before rejecting it further. So from the monthly time frame, we can expect to see the price make the move down to this area. So that's what we have from the weekly time frame. Alright, so from the weekly time frame, we have these structures here. And before I go down into the analysis for the weekly time frame, I talked about this pair in last week's weekly forecast, and when I talked about this pair, that was when this particular candle that just closed, and I highlighted some reasons why I expected to see the price make the move down to this support, adding that we had monthly close below this area. We had weekly retest of this area, that's previous support at this point as resistance, and because of that we expected to see the price move lower. But this week we've seen that the price has closed back above this level of resistance back here. So it's important to note that this is a key level, because you can see it was resistance there, we had support, we had resistance at this level. So this is a key level of structure to keep an eye on in the market. And normally after the price breaks above resistance, it automatically flips to support. So with this, we can expect to see the price we can expect this area to act as support for the next move into this major level of resistance at this high. So from the weekly time frame, we expect to see the price climb. From the monthly time frame, we expected to see the price move lower. So this move on the weekly time frame could mean the move we have from the monthly time frame was most likely a false break. So what we'd expect to see will be the next move into this high within the next few weeks, as the case may be. So let's see what we have from daily time frame. Alright, so from the daily time frame, what we can immediately see is that we have this descending channel right here. You can see how important the area has held as we can see how important this channel held from this area right here. We had resistance at this point, we had resistance at this point again. You can see that from here we had support once, we had support once again at this point. So this was actually an important channel in the market, and we can see that from this high right here, we had the price make all this move downwards, made the retracement, another impulse, retracement, and with all this rejection, we expected to see the next impulse downward in last week's forecast. But instead of the next move downward, what we had was an higher low, sorry. We had an higher low, and with an higher low, what followed next was an higher high. So with this, it's clear that the trend has started changing gradually. As you can see from here, we had one low, we had a lower high, we had a lower low, we had a lower high. Then instead of giving us a lower low, what we then had is what we had was a lower high, and after a lower high, what followed next is an higher high. So it's clear that the price has started changing trend. So what we'll expect next will be either probably just continuation straight to the next upside target at that area, or we'll expect to see the price retest previous support previous resistance as new support. You can see that this area acted as resistance back here, we had support back here, we had support through this area. So we know that this area is a key level of structure, and we can expect to see the market come into this area first. So within probably Monday and Tuesday, we will get good trading opportunities from this high. Then we'll be taking a short trade to this area to retest previous resistance at this level as new support right here before the next move into this resistance. And if we get a daily close above the resistance, we can start targeting the higher one at this point. So that's going to be all on AUD card. Okay, so the next pair on our list is Euro Pound, and what we can immediately see on Euro Pound is that we have this level of resistance at this point. You can see how strong this area has held as resistance over the last 4 years. And then we had the price reject that level last month, and after the rejection of that level, what we could have expected would have been the next move downwards, probably to this ascending trend line at this point here. But now we just still have price here, so what we can expect will be either a move back into this resistance before the move lower, or just a move lower, or we might just see consolidation within this area from the monthly time frame. So from the monthly time frame, we don't really have a clear direction on Euro Pound. That's what we have on the weekly time frame. Alright, so on the weekly time frame on Euro Pound, what we can see is that the market made this move, made a corrective move, and then made another impulsive move downward. But instead of this past week's candle to complete this move to this support at this point, we have a rejection at this area. So with a rejection at this area, this could simply mean we can expect to see the price come back into this area of resistance over the next few weeks, as the case may be. Also, the fact that we had this one candle impulse right here could also still mean that we might still see price drop further to this support. So the price action on the weekly time frame is not showing a clear direction. It could go either way. We might either see the price climb, or we might see the price drop further to this area. As you can see, this was the most previous area of support we had resistance at this point in time. We are going to go back in time. We are going to see that this area has held solidly as a level of structure in the market. So from this area, we can either see a move higher or a move lower. So let's see what we have from the daily time frame. Alright, so from daily time frame, what we can see first is that we have this ascending channel right here, and we can see that we had resistance at this point, we had resistance at this point. From this area right here, we had support, and on Wednesday's candle once again found support at this point, causing the rejection we got this past week. So with this rejection of this support at this point, this could mean further rise in the price. And if we are going to look at this, you see that this is more like a flag pattern. We had the impulse, and then we have the flag at this point. So with this, what we could expect is most likely the next move higher into this channel resistance. That's from the daily time frame. But what we can see closely, if we zoom in closely, what we can see is that the price is just in a choppy market right here, and it's just still consolidating within this downward channel, which is the flag I have here. We have consolidation between this ascending channel support and this flag resistance at this point. So as long as the price remains within this area right here, then we don't want to be taking any trade on this pair yet. So far, I'll be looking for a trade on this pair. I want to either see a break below this channel. Then if I get a break below the channel on the retest of the channel as resistance, I'm going to be taking a short trade down to the overall weekly support we have down here. But if on the other hand we are going to get a close above this flag pattern, then it means we will be expecting to see the price rise further into these highs and this highs over the next few weeks. So that's going to be all on Euro Pound. Okay, so the next pair on our list is EurJpy, and from the monthly time frame, what we can see is that we have this ascending trend line right here, or a triangle pattern. If I'm going to zoom in a little bit, we're going to see that this is a triangle pattern. From here we had resistance, and from this area right here we had support. Once again at this point before the break. So we know that that is a valid triangle pattern, and then after the break right here we had this this we had the price find support at this area twice before the next move higher, and then by the time the price was approaching this area, it was finding resistance at this ascending trend line support. That's the previous support of the triangle pattern. We have the price reject that area as resistance, which caused this move lower. And then if we look close, we see that last month's candle gave us a monthly close below this area of resistance, sorry, this area of support at this I mean, we had the price give us a close below this area of resistance at this point. So with a close below that resistance, what we could expect will be the next move lower. So that's what we have from the weekly time frame. Right, so from the weekly time frame, we had the market that made this move lower to this support, came back and found resistance at this point here, previous support at this point, which became resistance at this point, before this move lower that gave us the close below this area of structure right here. And after that, we have the price retesting that same area of structure once again. But now it's important to know that from the weekly time frame, we don't have a rejection of this area, so we might just see the price continue up, or we might just see the price change direction lower. From the weekly time frame, it's not really clear, but structurally we got a weekly close below this area, and with a weekly close below the area and a weekly close below the area, we can expect to see continuation lower. It's also important to note that this week's candle did not close above the support. That's the previous support that should become resistance. This week's candle did not close above the zone, and as long as the candle did not close above the zone, we might see a move lower on this space. So that's what we have from the daily time frame. So from daily time frame, what we can see is that we have this ascending channel right here. You can see it. We had resistance at this point, we had resistance, and from right here we had support, at this point. And the last time I spoke about this pair, the price was trading around here, and we wanted to see the price make the move to this area of resistance for some reasons, and we can see that the area got to the price got to that area, rejected that area. So although we have a rejection of that area, the downward move is not yet confirmed. So we might still have a situation where the price will rise to retest this confluence of resistance we have here. As you can see, I added another descending channel to my chart, and from this area we have resistance at this point. You can see from here we have support at this point. So I guess this channel, this descending channel, is actually a valid channel, and it might be driving price within the next few weeks, as the case may be. So we might have a situation where the price will come to retest this confluence of resistance we have right here. That's the broken channel, the broken ascending channel support as resistance, and the active descending channel resistance. And if the price will get to this area and find resistance at this point, then that's when we'll be looking for the short trade to our overall downside target. But if from this area the price will start changing from a bullish market, which it is right now, to a bearish market, then we are going to be looking for short trades down to our overall target at this low. So that's all on EurJpy. Okay, so the next pair on our list is UsdJpy, and this is one I've been talking about for some time. Last time I talked about this pair, I highlighted this triangle right here. You can see the price started there, found resistance at this point, and from this area we had support once again at this point, and we had support at this point before we got the break down here. And after the break, we expected to see the price continue lower, and that's exactly what is happening. So from the monthly time frame, we will expect to see the price continue lower to this lows right here, and possibly the overall downside target. That's the lowest part of this triangle we have here from the monthly time frame, but this could take years to actualize. So that's what we have from the weekly time frame. Right, so from the weekly time frame, what we can see is that we had this area of structure right here. That's the most important area of structure. Where you can see it was support back here, acted as support here. We had support, even last week rejected this area as support, and this week just closed below all this support. So now after a close of support, we expect all this support to flip into resistance at this point, which means what we'll expect next will be for this area to act as resistance before continuation lower to our overall downside target at this point. And we can see the area is the next major level of support, because we can see from here we had support, and we can see we had retest as support several times in the past. So because of that, we can expect that this price is heading to this area over the next few weeks, as the case may be. So from the weekly time frame, we expect to see continuation lower to our overall downside target down there. So from the daily time frame, I have this ascending I have this descending channel on my chart. You can see that from here we had the start of the channel there, we had resistance at this point, and I can see that from here we have support at this point, and we can expect that this price is coming to test this area of support once again. So when can we be looking for a short opportunity on this pair, seeing that from the monthly down to the weekly and to the daily time frame we have the market showing us the same thing? When can we be looking for a short trade? Simple. I'll be expecting to see this area act as resistance, because it was previously support. So I will expect to see the price come back to this area to find resistance. Then if the price will find resistance at this area, that's when I'll be positioning myself for a short trade down to our overall target at these lows right here over the next few weeks, as the case may be. So down to the last pair on our list, gold. Alright, so gold is a pair I've talked about for some time, and we expected to see the price move lower for some reasons, but the price seems to be changing direction. So I'll make a full breakdown of gold once again from the monthly time frame down to the daily time frame, highlighting the major levels. So what we can see first of all from the monthly time frame is that we have this major level of resistance back here, and all that resistance was expected to become support at this point here. But at this eye right here, I'll just put I'll put an horizontal line right there. Okay, so right around that level right there, that's the highest point of gold around 2011. We saw the price give us a close above that level, give us a retest, and we wanted to see the price move higher, but we got a monthly close back below this area. And with the monthly close back below that resistance, what we were expecting was the next move lower down into the support at this point right here. And we can see that even last month rejected this area as resistance, and what we expected next was the continuation lower to this area. But we can see that within the first week of this new month, the price is back above this 1916.82 level. So with the price back above that level, although this is the monthly time frame, we still have about 3 weeks to go before this month is over. So we might still have a situation where the price will just close come back below the area, but as long as the price is above this area, we'll expect to see continuation higher. So let's see what we have from the weekly time frame. Alright, so from the weekly time frame, yes, I'm just going to take this away. So from the weekly time frame, we can see that we had a situation where the price found support at this area a couple of times. The price found support down here at this area. You can see how this area acted as support here. We had support here, and when the price came down here last week, we had support once again, and that area has been the area that has been repelling price for the last few months, as the case might have been. And what we can see right now is that this area right here is the major level of structure we have. You can see we had support through that area. When the price broke below, that area held as resistance, and now the price is back above that area. So now with the price above that area, what we will expect will be for this resistance right here to flip into support for the continuation higher. So this could simply mean all we had at this point right here was just a a consolidation predating the next impulse higher. That's if you look at gold, you see that for the last couple of years the price has been in an uptrend. From here you can see that we had this impulse correction, we had impulse once again correction, we had all this move upward, and then we had this new consolidation we had there for the last few weeks. So with this consolidation and this break we have right at this point, this could mean that we might be seeing gold rise for that we might be seeing the next impulsive move on gold over the next few weeks or months, as the case may be. So what I would expect will be for this area to act as support. So if the price will come back to find support at this area, then that's where we'll be looking for continuation higher. So overall on gold we expect to see continuation higher. Let's see what we have on daily time frame. Okay, so from the daily time frame, I have this descending channel right here. Just a moment, I'll take this out of my chart. Alright, so we have this descending channel right here. You can see that from this area we had resistance once, we had resistance at this point, we had resistance, and we had resistance at this point again. You can see that from this area we had support at this point. So this was actually an important channel to have on the chart. And what we can see is that a couple of days ago we had a daily close above this descending channel, which was just the consolidation I talked about on the weekly time frame, and then the next day after that close retested that area, that's previous resistance as new support, and after that retest we had all this move upward. So now what we'll expect will be for this resistance at this point to become support at this point. So this means we might see the price just first of all make it into this high right here, and from here we have the move lower to this point before continuation higher. So if the price will just continue higher, we will not be interested in taking any trade on this pair. But if we are going to see valid setup showing us that the price is about to drop, then we'll be taking a short trade back to this support before the next long trade. If alternatively we just see the price first take out this high, then from here we want to see how the price will react. If we get a rejection of this area, then we'll be taking a short trade back to this previous resistance at this point as new support right here. And if the price will reject this area as support, then at this area that's where we'll be looking for our next long trade to all these highs right here. So that's all on my analysis for this week. If you enjoyed it, do like, subscribe, click on the bell notification to enable you to get our content immediately we are uploading them. Leave a comment in the comment section, let me know what you think. Until we meet in the next video, do have a wonderful weekend and stay safe. Goodbye.